What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Series 12 video, and we're actually using one of my teams at the moment now. So this is not one of the 5 rental teams for March, but what I did was I took one of them down and I said, you know what, you had 20 days, and now I want to use another one of my squads. So this is our Solgaleo Palkia squad, and it's a different one than our team building video. I switched out the Grimmsnarl for the Duck. Alright, so more on that in a second, but let's just show what we're dealing with here. We got Sunsteel Strike, Earthquake, and the Clover Tech Wild Charge on the Solgaleo. Yes, we are a weakness policy Solgaleo, so that hasn't changed. But what did change is the spreads on our Solgaleo. We actually made it a little bit bulkier on the HP side. We made it harder hitting, and we dropped the speed a little bit. And the reason why we dropped the speed is this way we can function a little bit better in Trick Room with the Porygon. All right, and then the second restricted on the team is the Palkia, very standard Palkia, Spatial Rend, Hydro Pump, Earth Power with the Life Orb, so just another good Dynamax option on the team, you know, but Max Geyser to change weather, Max Dragon to, you know, reduce physical attacks from, you know, the opposing monster, something like a Groudon, or you hit the partner slot into Zacian, and now Zacian becomes either neutral or -1, depending on how many Max Dragons you do. Alright, but you know what Palkia does. Really good against weather teams at the moment. Tornadus. So Tornadus works with both of these because you can go for Tailwind and make both of these fast. And then they're both faster than Calyrex, Shadow Rider, and even like a Lecky. And then you can just, you know, get the speed control and just dominate. Hurricane, 100% accurate after Palkia sets the rain with Max Geyser. And then Brutal Swing has a couple of dual purposes here. One, you can actually do that next to your Palkia because, you know, your telepathy, but more importantly, you use this to proc the weakness policy on the Solgaleo, of course, right? So a couple combos you could do is lead turn 1, Tornadus, Solgaleo, protect Solgaleo, go for Tailwind, then turn 2, Brutal Swing, proc the policy, dominate from there. Really good against Calyrex Shadow Rider as well, just in case you need to break its sash and deal some big dark damage into it. Then you have the Cloverbell's favorite fire type Pokemon. You have the Entei here. So we also have the Entei proccing the policy with the Assault Vest for extra bulk, Sacred Fire for Zacian just to be able to burn it. Can't kill, but you know, burn would be great. Same thing with Groudon. Does about 50% to most Groudons in the sun, and then you have the chance for the burn, so really nice. And then we swapped out Extreme Speed for Stone Edge just for the Charizard matchup, right? So you can go for, you know, Tornadus Entei as a lead if they lead the Charizard, plus something you can go for Stone Edge and then just smash it and surprise them if they Dynamax it. And then Snarl is really good for Calyrex Shadow Rider in the end game. Then you got Porygon 2 here. This is what I added. So, of course, you know what Eerie Impulse does under Trick Room. We can neuter special attackers like an opposing Palkia, Dialga, Calyrex, Kyogre, for example. A lot of special attackers that don't want to take Eerie Impulses. Life Orb Veltal is another one. And then you have Shadow Ball here, which is, again, for the Calyrex Shadow Rider matchup. You can even Dynamax the Porygon 2, go for those Max Phantasm plays if need be, drop defenses, and then, you know, your Solgaleo or your Entei or even your Rillaboom, which we're going to show in a second, can capitalize off of those defense drops. But what's another play is you could side proc weakness policy your own Solgaleo with Shadow Ball and then do that. Don't do that often. It does a little bit of damage, but you know, it's kind of cute when you can get it off. And then over here we have the Rillaboom again. You know, I know it dropped off in Series 12, but I think it's so good against teams with those Gastrodons, especially the Sun teams, you know, with the Charizard, Grimmsnarl, Groudon, and then they have a Gastrodon. This is really good against it. What you can do is remove the 3 partners and get to that end game against Gastrodon. You just Grassy Glide it, and then it just dies. So, you know, and then you also get fake out pressure. So that's for the Gastrodon matchup. But overall, the rest of the team, it kind of functions pretty straightforward here. Either you get the Tailwind up or you get the Trick Room up. But yeah, let's just go ahead and showcase it in some ranked battles. All right, so really funny thing as I was recording this. So basically, I didn't realize till after I was done, but the audio for this battle, not the game audio. The game audio was fine, but my mic audio was turned off because I forgot to, I think I pressed something and then it turned off while I was recording. So it's basically like a mime, like me talking, and then there's like no sound coming out of my mouth. So what I'm going to do for this first battle only is I'll play the battle, but then I'll still give post commentary, as I go. So this is the first match where I was playing against the standard Sun 6 at the moment. Again, this is like very traditional right now. You'll see it at a lot of upcoming regionals. Let's just go ahead and play. So this is the Zacian Groudon team with Gastrodon and Zard, and this is like Lumberry Zard with like AV Groudon, and could be Goggles, but usually Shukaberry Incin is on this team, and then Grimmsnarl doing Grimmsnarl things. So actually the key here is the Rillaboom and the Entei, because my opponent, when he sees his team, he's probably more inclined to bring the Gastrodon, because the Gastrodon is good against the Palkia. You could swap that into Max Geysers. And does well against the Entei, does well to a degree against Solgaleo. So he's more entitled to bring that. But, Entei Torn lead is very, very strong into Sun in general, because you can pressure the Zacian if he leads it. You can also pressure the Groudon if he leads that as well. And even the Zard, because remember, the Entei has Stone Edge, and Groudon doesn't want to take Sacred Fire in the Sun, because that'll do like over 50% and you can burn it. So the key is actually to leave the Solgaleo behind and just bring the Torn Entei in the lead, with Palkia as a late game Dynamax, and then Rillaboom to clean up if there is a Gastrodon. And Rillaboom is also pretty good into Groudon if we have to deal with it, right? Because we always have Woodhammer. Okay, so my opponent, so he leads Incin Zacian, so that's okay, right? Because we have the Entei, and we can put pressure on it right from the get-go. And I know the Incin intimidates the Rillaboom, but that's okay. I did this just in case he led the Gastrodon, thinking I might lead Palkia or something like that. But right now, so Rillaboom doesn't look great here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to swap it out and still put pressure on the Zacian. Now, my opponent's pretty high ranked up than the ladder. I don't think he's going to let his Zacian die. So he probably protects just because, one, there's Fake Out, and two, he doesn't want to take a Sacred Fire. So even if he does protect, that's okay, because I still want to pin that slot. All right, but the Incin, he can't really Fake Out technically, because, I have the faster Fake Out. He could read my switch, but I think that's a little risky on his part. So I'm just going to switch out the Rillaboom, remove the Intimidate, and get the Tornadus in, and still have my Tornadus Entei combination that I like to do against the Sun team. All right, Sun teams really struggle against Torn Entei. All right, so if you're watching this, take some notes on how I play this matchup. So Zacian does protect, so that's okay, right? Because I still pinned that slot. I could have read that and clicked Stone Edge, but then what if he reads that and then he just clicks like a fighting move into Entei? So that's fine. So he actually doesn't go for Fake Out. He actually just Flare Blitzes into the Rillaboom, and that's okay, because he does more damage to himself, and then I still live with the Torn. All I really need from the Torn is the Tailwind, so I can get the speed control with the Palkia in the back, and as well as the Entei. So I do go for the Tailwind here, and I still want to pin that Zacian slot he just protected, and there's not too much he can swap into. It could be the Groudon or Zod combination in the back. I don't think he swaps in, but he could. If it's the Zard, it's still fine. It still takes a big chunk. But either way, I still want to put pressure on that slot and force the Zacian to either switch out, because I don't really want to deal with it at the moment. And that's how you have to do it. You have to put pressure with the Entei like this. So he actually does. And he swaps into the Groudon. So that's really, really good. All right, I would not have made that play if I was him, but I guess he had to choose. I guess he didn't want to swap in Zard if he brought it. But here's the Tailwind, and now this is what I mean. Like, Groudon does not want to take a Sacred Fire in the Sun. So we give Groudon the Sacred Fire. Look how much damage it does. That's great damage. And if we can get the burn, that's the bonus. And we do get the burn. So if Groudon was the Dynamax option, now it is not. And here's the Flare Blitz. So he does more damage now. But again, the Tornadus was going to die anyway. All right. So we get the free switch. And the Groudon is burned, right? So he has a Zacian in the back. So he probably doesn't max the Groudon at this point. So he probably has something else in the back. It could be a Charizard. It could be a Groudon. I'm sorry, a Charizard, a Gastrodon. I don't know yet at this moment. But this is good time to get into Palkia. And we're in a pretty good spot right now, because Palkia puts on pressure on both the Groudon slot and the Incin slot. Now, the one thing I'm thinking about here is I don't want to go for the Geyser, even though both of these things are weak to it. I do click it here, but you'll see that I do take it back, because I'm thinking, what if he swaps in the Gastrodon here? Because he hasn't revealed that fourth Mon. All right, so The Entei, I'm still thinking about what to do in this slot. I think I still want to pin the Groudon slot if I want. But I do take back the Max Geyser, and instead I just try to play it safe. I don't want to Max Wormwind because Zacian could come back in the instant slot. So I think it's just safer to just go for a Max Quake. Because if he does swap in Zacian, trying to think, oh, he's going to Wormwind or something like that, then that's okay. Then I do no damage. But this is always a safer play. So he swaps out Groudon into the Gastrodon. So he does have the Gastrodon in the back. So now we know all four. And this is why I didn't want to go for Geyser. And he actually swaps the Instant as well. So he does a double swap. And here's the Zacian. So potentially he might have predicted a Wormwind just to try and reduce the Groudon even more and deal a big chunk of damage into Incineroar. Because he knows I can't go for Geyser. But I don't know why he didn't think I could just go for Quake and go for the safer play. So that may have even told me that maybe the Incineroar is not Shuka Berry, because the Shuka Berry, I think he might be able to take that attack, depending on his EV spread. But I think he does take that attack if he has a Shuka Berry. So the fact that he swapped it tells me he probably doesn't have it. So we just go for Sacred Fire there just to try and do potentially KO the Groudon, but again, doesn't do anything. So still decent chip damage into the Gastrodon. So the fact that he swapped in Zacian means I get a free Quake, and this actually just KOs the Zacian. So really, really good. So the Zacian ended up doing nothing in this game. So very, very surprising by my opponent to do that. But again, he had to make the read. But again, this is how you have to do it, right? Tailwind with PALKIA and Entei. Really, really good. Solgaleo doesn't help you in this matchup. You always bring this for. So now the Gastrodon is not too much of a concern because we have a Rillaboom in the back. So now the main goal is to just remove everything else on the other slot, and then Rillaboom cleans up at the end. All right, so either he maxes a Burn Groudon or he maxes an Incineroar here. But he could also match the Gastrodon still. So he goes into Incin here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called making the mid-ground play. So he could either max the Incin or the Gastrodon here. So what I do with the Entei is I go for Snarl, because if he maxes the Gastrodon, I neuter his special attack. But if he maxes the Incin, I go for Wormwind, because one, there's no Zacian anymore, and two, I reduce the Incineroar's attack by going for the Wormwind play. And again, I can't go for guys yet because there's a Gastrodon on the field. So again, the Wormwind is the mid-ground play with the Snarl, and I'm just playing it safe because I don't know which one he maxes here. So yeah, you can see me still thinking about it. But that was my thought process for this turn. And again, I do go for the Snarl. Yeah. And the Groudon in the back, again, doesn't really matter. Even if he swaps, it really, that just wins me the game, honestly. So he does commit the max like I thought he would. Now, does he max the Gastrodon or the Incineroar? So let's see. It ends up being the Incineroar. So that's okay. That's good. So the Wormwind was a good play. All right. Now, even though Snarl doesn't look good on the Gastrodon, I still wanted to cover for the fact that if he did max it, I would, reduce its special attack. So there's the Snarl. Nothing to Incin, just a little bit into Gastrodon. Helps against Earth Power if he spams it into Entei. All right. And here comes the Wormwind. So we'll do a pretty good chunk of damage into the Incineroar here. Did some damage. Does tank it well. So I wonder what's on that instant spread. So really, really nice there. Now, the Gastrodon could go for something like Earth Power or Yawn on the Palkia, which could be annoying, but yeah. So this also helps, right? The fact that I went for Wormwind, because then I help the Entei take that Max Darkness. Because if I didn't go for Wormwind, it just takes too much damage. All right, and he does go for the Yawn, but that's still okay, right? Because like he can't really do that much damage into the Palkia. Like Gastrodon does nothing, and Incin, we quad resisted, so like he could Yawn it, but it's just like delaying the inevitable here. Now the one thing he does do that I miscalculated was I thought the Incineroar doesn't have Max Guard, because normally Incineroar has 4 attacks, no protect, so I didn't think about a Max Guard here. So here I was straight up going for the Quake and just going for the Stone Edge here, just in case it was Shuka Berry. At least I wanted to KO it because he hasn't revealed the Shuka Berry yet, but in my mind he doesn't have it. However, I did forget that Parting Shot, when you Dynamax, it does become Max Guard, and that's what happens there. So I do give him a free turn a little bit, all right, because I double targeted, and the Gastrodon gets a free shot in. where I could have just removed it with a Wormwind play, right, and then reduced the Incineroar's attack. That was like 100% the play, by the way. Just to Wormwind the Gastrodon, make the Incineroar -2. But I forgot that Parting Shot becomes Max Guard in Dynamax. But still okay. All right, we're still in a good spot. He can't really do much to the Palkia. I just have to leverage my Entei a little bit here. So we wait 50 years for the animations of Grassy Terrain Recovery and Leftovers. And Palkia takes a nap, and my max is done. All right, and no more Tailwind. But Tailwind doesn't matter at this point because I still have the 2 faster Mons on the field. All right, so Palkia becomes small. And I think here I just click whatever because I have to take a turn of sleep. And I just try and go for Stone Edge just to deal a little bit more chunk into the Incineroar. Right? And again, he has a Burn Groudon in the back. He doesn't really... I don't think he swaps in. I think Gastrodon probably just clicks either Yawn or just clicks Earth Power to try and kill Entei. Okay. First turn of sleep for Palkia. There's the Max Flare. He goes into the Palkia again. To me, at this point, he's better off going for Darkness, to help the Gastrodon KO. And I think that was a misplay on his part because watch this Earth Power here. See, my Entei lives. So if he went for Max Darkness, he KOs the Entei with that Earth Power. So I thought that was a mistake by him. Okay, and then I bring in the Rillaboom. But then I just win the game from there. So it really doesn't matter. But, it's these small plays that make a difference sometimes in some games. So he lets my Entei live. Okay. Now for Palkia, I feel like I just go for Spatial Rend no matter what. Because, I can't really go for anything else. I can't go for a Water move. And then Entei, I just go for a Stone Edge here. Just to try and KO it. But he does swap the Incin. Alright, so here comes the Burn Groudon. So he doesn't want to take the Stone Edge. And he's banking on the fact that my Palkia stays asleep. And then he KOs my Entei. I bring in Rillaboom. And then he brings back Incineroar to intimidate my Rillaboom. And bring it to -1. That's what he's banking on. But even then, Palkia still wins that endgame. Because whatever Mons he has left doesn't put on any pressure. Palkia just outbooks it. So here's the Earth Power. So he does kill the Entei here. Okay. And again, he could have killed it that turn where, if he clicked Max Darkness and then Earth Power. But 1 turn too late. And, could have dragged out the match a little bit more. But this makes it a little bit faster. So he gets out Incineroar here. But again, this doesn't matter. Even though my Rillaboom is intimidated. Gastrodon's 4 times weak. I have Wood Hammer. So I Wood Hammer that regardless. All I have to do is just fake out the Incin. And give my Palkia another turn to try and wake up. Because honestly, Palkia just clicks Spatial Rend and things die. So, I just click Spatial Rend. Or I actually go for Earth Power here just to try and KO. Because I don't want to miss, right? And then I just fake out the Incin. Because I have the faster fake out. And Gastrodon can honestly just do whatever he wants. He could even Yawn the Rillaboom. I don't think that matters. He actually just protects. So that pretty much guarantees me the game. I know he did that because he didn't want to get faked out, but there's not too much my opponent can really do at this point. Once he lost the Zacian and the Groudon was burned, it was pretty much all said and done. All I did was drag out the game because I forgot about Max Guard from Parting Shot. So Incin dies. So he was Shuka Berry. So that tells me, wait a minute. So why would he switch out Incineroar that turn for Zacian if he had Shuka Berry? Because then he takes that Earth Power. So I thought that was a mistake by my opponent. Maybe he didn't know the calc. But that's pretty much it. And now we just put on a whole bunch of pressure with Palkia and Rillaboom. And I could have even glided here. It doesn't matter. But let's just see how much Spatial Rend does. Now, originally when I clicked this, I thought this was a crit. Alright, but that's just how strong Palkia was. And that's just how weak the Gastro is. Here's the Wood Hammer. This wasn't even necessary. Yeah, so Max Wormwind definitely would have KO'd the Gastron on that turn. And then wrap things up a little bit sooner. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know if you like this kind of video where I already play the match and then I'm just giving my thought process at the end and recapping each play, whether I think that was good or that was a mistake. But yeah, now for the rest of the video, the battles are, live and with regular audio. What? Oh my god. Is it really weakness policy Kyogre? And Tailwind go Burr Calyrex, oh my god. But he's got Tailwind and Trick Room, just like us, and that makes it annoying. Palkia looks good here. So does Porygon. Yeah. Let me try something. Let me think about this. Like, what could he do? He could do, like, Tornadus, Kyogre, right? Which would be fine, I think. Because then I can do my own Torn. Landorus could be a pain. Landorus does not... I don't like Landorus here. Entei doesn't do much here. I don't think Entei comes to this game. Alright, this is a tricky one. And I'm not quite sure how to do it. Well, he sees I have Tailwind, so he's more inclined to go Trick Room route. So let's just try this. Alright, we're gonna go Porygon in the back. Alright. We'll try it like this. This is weird, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It depends on what he leads. And we'll see if his Tornadus has Taunt. That's the other thing. Yeah, see? I figured. Now, this is where the Clover Tech comes in handy. Right? Because we have Max Lightning. Okay. Now, we can just do a couple of things here. Yeah, we can honestly just go for Brutal Swing and go for the Clover Tech and just annihilate him with the Max Lightning. The thing is, he could be faster or slower. I have no idea, nor do I care. I'm Max Lightning. If he switches into Landorus, then for God's sakes, he is the better player. All right, he didn't switch. See, if he knew this was me, I'm Max Lightning, and he could have switched into Landorus, but he doesn't know it's me. All right, I'm just playing around, by the way. All right. Now, did he max the Ogre? That's what I want to know. Did he max the Ogre? Alright, Brutal Swing. He did not max the Ogre. I know he went for Trick Room. There's my policy. Alright, now, what did the Ogre go for? Or am I faster? Let's see. Oh, let's go! I'm faster! Clover Tech! Max Lightning! Goodbye, restricted Kyogre. Thank you for setting your Trick Room. My Solgaleo is now faster than your Calyrex. Oh my god. Bro. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Clover Tech, once again, ladies and gentlemen, coming in the clutch. Did he think I was going to Tailwind? What? Oh, man. Grimmsnarl. Oh, bro. I swear to God, if I get Thunder Waved, I'm going to cry. Okay. Now, he might try and reflip the Trick Room, right? And that's annoying. So, I feel like, honestly, I just Hurricane something. Yeah, I have to leave the Grim up, unfortunately. Which is annoying, and I might get parried. But I feel like that's my best play. But I really want to get rid of the Comfey. He brought Grim in the back? What the heck? Alright, he goes for Reflect. Oh, that's fine, bro. That is fine. Alright, and he's Babiri Berry. Alright, well, your berry will not save you from the wrath of the Cloverbell Solgaleo. Yeah, that berry really helped you, man. That berry was fantastic. Alright, now, is there a Calyrex in the back? That's what I want to know. If there's a Calyrex, Porygon just wins the game. Alright, here's the Hurricane. I don't even know if we're even going to get to the Porygon. Confusion? No confusion. Alright, so his only way is to Hax me with Para, if he's got it. Alright, there's the Calyrex. Okay, now, it could be Sash. So I target it no matter what. Right? Because that's all he has. Actually, no, I don't think he's Sash. There's 3 things here that want to Sash. But okay. But hear me out. The Comfey was Babiri Berry. Now, the Calyrex could be Sash, but then what would you put on the Tornadus? Mental Herb? I don't know. But truthfully, I think the P2 just wins the game in the back, as well as the Palkia. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna go for the Brutal Swing, deal some big damage, and we'll just Steel Spike this, just in case he wants to guard. All right, so he has to max, right? He has to max. But the thing is, we're faster. So if he just max guards, he stalls my max. So let's see the max guard. I would hate the max guard, by the way, but it is what it is. No max guard. Oh, foul play. That just... Oh, wow. That almost got me. Alright, so here's the thing. I broke the Sash. I'm going for the dark move. I'm faster. I know he's gonna kill the Solgaleo, but I'm faster. Alright, Brutal Swing. Yeet! Okay. We crit our own Solgaleo. I couldn't crit him. Alright, there's the Phantasm. Okay, sure. That's fine, I think. Okay. There should be another turn of Trick Room. Alright. Yee. Okay, and here's the P2. We're gonna show him the Shadow Ball tech now. Alright, this would be a great way to close out the video. How many turns of Trick Room are there? Special attack boost, come on. Dang it. 1 turn of TR. 2 turns. Oh, perfect. We win. Alright. Brutal Swing. Shadow Ball. Are you guys ready to say GG to our opponent? Shadow Ball. Yeet. Nice. Okay. Brutal Swing. Yeet. That actually didn't kill him. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble now. Max Mindstorm. Okay, that might kill me. Oh, never mind. P2 busted. P2 is busted. Now, I don't want to kill my P2 this turn, so he might max guard here. And then I'm in trouble. How many turns of Rain, actually? 1 turn of Rain, 1 turn of Trick Room. Alright, because then next turn, what does he click? Astral Barrage? I think he just max guards. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I will Brutal Swing, but I will recover. Actually, nah, screw it. Hurricane. Hurricane, recover. Show me that max guard. Yep. Okay, and here's the recover. Okay, that's fine. So now we just win. Now we just click Tailwind, and Palkia wins the game in the back. Alright, Twisted Dimensions return to normal. Alright, and now we just do this. We click the Brutal... No, wait, we... Wait, I'm Sash. It actually doesn't matter. So, I'm gonna just do this. He can't kill both. There's no need. Game's over. Alright, Expanding Force. Sure, but I'm Sash. Alright. See? You see how you see the benefit of Brutal Swing on Tornadus? I mean, he's getting all these boosts, but he just loses now. So, he had to pray that I wasn't Sash. Goodbye, Calyrex. Alright. The Clover Tech did the job early, but then we just won the game at the end. I'm surprised he didn't max the Calyrex when I had a max Solgaleo. What the heck is this? Alright, he's got 2 fairies and a Calyrex. So Solgaleo looks good and doesn't look good. And he's got 2 ground types, so Rillaboom can come. Jesus. This is where Porygon looks really good though. Like I have to say, Porygon looks really good here. What if I just do it this? Solgaleo Entei. Like, this looks strong no matter what. And then in the end game, Porygon and Rillaboom. I don't think Palkia does anything here. There's 2 fairies, there's a Zacian, there's... yeah, I'm gonna leave... So this time I leave the Palkia behind. Alright, so yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, Torn doesn't do anything. There's Trick Room shenanigans. This is the 4. Yeah, we leave the Palkia behind. Alright. Yeah, I think Entei and Solgaleo just go ham here. Depending on what he leads though. We'll see. But I could definitely see Porygon shenanigans with Shadow Ball do a thing in a game like this. Togekiss Hatterene. Okay, that's fine. Alright, we got Solgaleo and Entei. Alright, he led 2 fairies against a steel type. Alright, I just want you guys to know that. And, you know, the Trick Room mons are not great. I mean, he's got a Mudsdale. There's that. But we got a Rillaboom, so the thing is stamina, right? So that's the other thing. That's where Porygon's going to try and do something later. But truth be told, I mean, do I even need to max this? I mean, I don't want to take a max flare from a Hatterene, right? I could even Snarl. I think Snarl will look good. So let's just Steel Spike here. And honestly, I'm going for the Snarl. Let's see what he does. Okay. Did I really need to do this? I don't know. He might proc the policy for me, but we'll see. Let's see if he goes for Trick Room though. But why would you go for Trick Room? Alright, there's the follow me. Alright. So he's definitely setting up TR. I'm getting a defense boost. I missed the Togekiss, but I'd rather hit the Hatterene. Yeah, I'd rather do that. Because that thing might be the special attacker. Alright, here's the Steel Spike. There's the Babiri Berry. Alright, he'll probably live now. Because this is a neutral Steel Spike. Okay. Does live. Okay. And is there a Trick Room? There's the Trick Room. Yeah, I didn't even need to max. I don't even know why I maxed. I thought I clicked Sun Steel Strike. Alright, but we can show him the Clover Tech now. But I don't think we need to. So Solgaleo, oh actually, how about this? Solgaleo's faster now, so we'll do this. And then we can just Snarl again, or Bulldoze, technically. Then Hatterene is just slower. But we've already neutralized the Hatterene. Honestly, I think we just Snarl. Then he's stalling my max, right? And then I want to put on pressure. Yeah, let's just do this. He's already slower anyway, it don't matter. Alright, Psychic. Alright, well he's -1 and we have the AV. That did nothing. And he's Life Orb too. So I'm glad I Snarled turn 1. Life Dew! Holy smokes. Okay. He healed. Alright. Hold on. Why did I Lightning when I could have... Wait. Why did I Lightning when I could have Steel Spiked again? That... Alright, well, at the very least... You know... No shenanigans. Alright, but here's the Bulldoze. Yeet. Okay. This is not a good play. These are not good plays. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to over predict and it's costing me. But he set up Trick Room, so let's see what happens here. If it's Calyrex or Zacian. Alright, you can't put me to sleep, that's for sure. Let's see if it's Mudsdale in the back. Alright, he's thinking about it. It is Zacian. Well, I mean, you know, that thing probably just protects. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna pressure it. So let's see here. I mean, the Hatterene could max now. Honestly, we just Steel Spike this, get rid of it, and then just Sacred Fire this, because we're faster now. And let's see if he protects. Alright, if I remove the Hatterene, Solgaleo is the fastest thing on the field. Alright, Hatterene used Psychic again. Alright, there's more chip damage. Okay. And the and then the thing didn't even protect. So this Behemoth Blade might just kill him. But I would hope a Sacred Fire connects here and actually kills the Zacian. These are some weird, very weird plays. Alright, we do connect on the Sacred Fire. Alright, not enough to kill, but if I can get a burn, that would be great. We don't get the burn. There's a Sacred Sword. Goodbye, Entei. Alright. Alright, now we have the P2 coming in. And if it's Calyrex, he's in trouble. There's the Calyrex. Okay, that's fine. I'll tell you what I'm clicking. Okay. Special attack boost? Okay, we get the attack boost. Alright, Solgaleo's small. But, again, there's Trick Room. Right? How many turns of Trick Room? 2 turns. Oh, perfect. Dude, I just click Earthquake and the game is over. I swap in Porygon for Rillaboom. But actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Honestly, yeah, just Shadow Ball this guy. I don't know what the heck my opponent was doing. Alright, here you go. Shadow Ball P2. Are you Sash? Wow. But it doesn't matter. My opponent doesn't know what the protect button is. What the heck is my opponent doing? What the... I played the early game bad, but this person played worse. I don't know what the heck he was doing. Okay. And there it is, folks. That is our rental code for our Solgaleo Palkia squad, and we had a good time with it. Honestly, we had a good time with it. The first game, again, we showed you how to play that Sun matchup with the 6. The thing there is you leave the Solgaleo behind, all right, and you let Palkia and Entei do the job, and even Rillaboom, because when they look at this kind of team, they're more inclined to bring the Gastrodon because you have the ground move for the Solgaleo, you have Yawn Pressure, you know, you can absorb the Geyser shenanigans, and then, you know, we're less likely to bring the Rillaboom because it's only good for the Gastrodon, but that's all we really need it for, although we can do some damage into Groudon if needed. But Entei does really well, and so does Palkia. Palkia, like, was fantastic, and he was forced to max the instant, right? And then the other one, the second one was like a stupid game where, like, I was trying to, like, make some weird plays, but we ended up winning anyway. I don't know what my opponent was doing. And the third one, we just outplayed him turn 1, and then we were dominating from there. So yeah, give this one a go. Again, the main issue with Palkia and Solgaleo as a duo is one of them has to max and the other one doesn't max, and because the other one doesn't max, it suffers a little bit, but the supporting cast is good. Alright, Porygon was great, alright, especially Shadow Ball. Alright, so give this one a go. Let me know how you do. We'll be back with another Series 12 team. Until next time, guys, have a good one.